welcome. I just don't want to, like I told you guys, every other YouTube out there. I want to have my own thing. I want to have my own identity on any of my platforms. I want to be known for Toccara and her content, not like everybody else's. I want to be my own thing. I want to be. I think uniqueness, and I think being your own unique person it's just is beautiful. Differences is beautiful on this planet. Anything that separates you from everybody else is a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing, and I love it. So I don't want to be like everybody else. I love how God made me physically, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, all of that. So anything that separates me, I love it. I embrace it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. Welcome is good too, but I just like to switch up the wording because, like I said, I don't want to sound like every YouTuber out there in the world. But anyway, thank you, 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 God, first and foremost. God answers universe first and foremost. Thank you to my subscribers for their likes, shares, comments, everything in between. All my subscribers, new people that been here since day one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a couple of months. Thank you for your love, your support, and everything else in between. The new subscribers, thank you for joining in. Let's listen. Let's get it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a moment out of your life to be a part of mine. I appreciate that. Thank you so very, 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 very much. Thank you so much. Okay, today we're gonna jump right into this. I feel like this is kind of low. Sorry. Yeah. Today we're gonna jump right into this topic. This is a delicate topic, so I'm gonna choose my wording, and I'm gonna choose what I say in this video. I'm gonna choose a lot of things a little bit differently. I know we do some topics on celebrities sometimes, or we do some topics on me personally in my life and my art sometimes, but this is very delicate. So I'm gonna choose my wording in this video very, very carefully because, like I said, I never want to offend anyone. I never want to, come off any kind of way. It's definitely about religion. It's definitely about what's going on in the Middle Eastern countries right now. What's going on in UCLA and Columbia State University. What's going on in a lot of different campuses with, rioting and just protesting and just disrespect, people being harassed and hurt, and they coming out the law enforcement kind of not good. There's a lot that's going on right now with the whole Palestine and Israel thing. There's a lot that's going on, but what caught my eye just yesterday, and I said I gotta bring it to my YouTube today, was I was scrolling down another app. Yeah, I know I don't do and say things because I don't know what's, as far as YouTube, copywriting, stuff like that, so I don't say things. So you guys gotta use your imaginations of what apps I'm talking about, what people I'm talking about at times, if I don't want to mention their names without their permission. You gotta just Google it, use your imaginations, and that's what I'm gonna say what to do right now. I follow this beautiful black activist on Instagram. You can find her. I'm not gonna say her name because, like I said, she didn't give me permission to say her name, and I don't know if she want her name mentioned on my platform. So I'm gonna respect that. But you can type in or Google black activist, Black Lives Matters activist. You can Google any type of. She was real big on the Black Lives Movement activist. She's one of the biggest black activists. African American activists out there, female. Type in that, Google that, she's gonna pop up. I promise you, she is, because she's been out there and during the whole Black Lives Matter movement. She was big out there. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. And that's how I started following her. I was scrolling down one of my other social medias, and she posted this video on one of them, and she warned us. She was like, this is gonna be alarming. Do not let your kids see this. She's like, I usually don't post this on my social media, violence and stuff, but I need the people to see behind the scenes what CNN and other people don't show you. Other newscasters don't show you, but I'm gonna show you. So she did give us a warning. We was about to see and hear and everything. And I saw some protesting, and I saw them going against the cops. I saw the anger. I saw the threats that was being made by certain protesters, talking about how they would, cut you and hurt you and all this. I saw all of that. What took me back, what took Toccara back and threw me through a loop and made me feel away and ruffle, you could say my feathers or whatever, was when one of the protesters on, I want to say, Israel's side of things, one of them had the audacity and the nerve to bluntly brag about. He was telling the protester on the other Palestine side, he was saying to this woman, the way you dress right now, if you dress like that in my country, they will sexually assault you. He used the R word. They will R you. And I can't say certain words because it's triggers to people, and I know about triggers, and I can't say certain things. I'm not gonna say certain things, but y'all know what the R word is, okay? Start with an R and with an E. You gotta use your imaginations, okay? I'm not gonna say that word, but he was like, we'll R you in our country, sexually assault you in our country, sexually force ourselves on you in our country. Okay, he said that bluntly. This same man also turned around and said, your child over there for not wearing her hair covered, for not wearing her hair covering, we would take her life. He said we would M you. Is another, come on, you gotta use your imaginations. I can't use these words. Okay? What's the M word that means taking life? Okay? That's why I say I just gotta use your imagination with this. I can't say these words. It's a trigger for some people, and I learned that, and I'm not gonna say these words. But he said, yeah, we would M her. We would take her life. We were, and I was just, I mean, this man bluntly said this to a woman and her daughter on a Palestine side, and bluntly he said this like he did this before. He said that he said it so with force, and he said it so dominant that you cannot tell me that this man did not take a life before, and he did not sexually assault and force himself on plenty of women in that country before. That in the middle, it's the eastern country. Sorry, I don't know why everything is coming out so crazy. You cannot tell me that he didn't do this to many women and children before in his time. And why this man is not locked up, locked down in some type of jail, prison, I will never know. Maybe it's okay for people in Middle Eastern countries to do, like, to sexually assault women and children, and hurt them and beat them, and God knows, throw acid on them. I done heard stories like all types of stuff within the news and stuff. Maybe it's okay for them to treat their women a certain way, and in that country or those countries is okay. And I'm not naive. Like I said, I know what's going on in other countries with women. I know men are here and women are here. I know they always put women beneath them. They think women are supposed to just bear kids and just shut up. They don't want them to vote. They don't want them to work. They don't want them to have rights. Men are here. Women are here in the Middle Eastern countries. I get that. I don't agree with that, and I never will, but I get that. But to bluntly say that if you were in my country and your hair wasn't wrapped up, that they can sexually assault you and that they can, take your life. Wow. There is and I said this on the past, what, 2, 3 of my videos? There is a line that should never be crossed. You don't come on nobody's social media. You don't come on them. You don't bluntly say something like that and think that that's okay, and think that, and then the way people use God, in his name to say and do these despicable acts is what really kills me. You're supposed to be of God, of Allah, or whoever you pray to and worship to, or religion you practice. This is not godly. This is not of God. God would not tell you to, I was about to say it, sexually assault a woman because she doesn't have a head covering on. He would not tell you to sexually assault a woman because of any reason. Not the God that I serve. He would not tell you to take a life because of that. He would not tell you to take, no, 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 no. And they use God, and they use Allah, and they use Jah, and any other way they say God name, and how they what name they give God. They use this name and do the most craziest things in the world. Terrorists and hurting women and children and beating people and sexually assaulting them and taking their lives. And y'all keep talking about some God, 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 God. I am so sick of people using God name and doing some crazy stuff from what they doing inside these churches, stealing money, taking money, and buying all these houses and going on vacation and doing crazy stuff, cheating on the first lady, got the mistress walking up in the church pregnant with a baby, cussing inside the church. Now you got people disrespecting the church, doing these crazy funerals and stuff like that. And then let's never forget about what happened with the Catholic churches and them, molesting and hurting little boys and stuff like that, and doing all this other stuff, and that, and the terrorists, throwing planes into buildings and thinking that's okay and that's a law and all this other stuff. I'm so sick of people using God's name and doing and saying the most ungodly things and acts that you can think of, and think that was the way to represent God. And for the younger generation that still has to learn religion or choose a religion, or they are probably so confused right now. God bless them. They like, whoa, I don't feel God in this. I don't either, honey. Don't feel bad for the younger generation, because I don't either. None of this says God. None of this says God. None of this says God. Pastors being accused of horrific things with children, and like, none of this says God. This man bluntly said it on camera. He knew a phone was at his face. He knew cameras was around him, because police was there, like the law enforcement was there, the cameras was there, all the newscasters was there, because they are on a UCLA campus and they on a Columbia State campus as well. It's something that's been going on in the past few weeks. If y'all been keeping up with the news and stuff like that, it's been going on. Rioting, like I said, protesting, and just all types of stuff been going on. They've been harassing and disrespecting black students, Muslim students, Indian students, everybody. They just been out there just acting a whole fool out there. For the people that do keep up with the news and y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. But this man bluntly said, if you were in my country, that I could sexually assault you, to a woman and her child. I can sexually assault you guys, and I can take your life if I wanted to. And be free as the wind blows. He said this. And like I said, I knew you kind of figured out what was going on in these countries over there. We got it. But to that extent, I always wonder why people refugees so much to America, why they refugees so much to other places in the world. And I was just like, wow. And to feel that way about a woman, and then you lay with a woman, and then you reproduce with a woman. It's like, if you feel like that woman is so less than, why are you laying with her? Why are you having a child with her? If women are on your level, or we're not treated equally in your country, why are you with them? These are the same people that turn around and would say some of the most despicable things about the LGBT community, how we against God, how that lifestyle is against God. And I'm like, so that what y'all doing, that's God? That's God? That's God? Me laying with my own sex, minding my business, not hurting anybody, harassing anybody, forcing myself on anyone, taking anyone's life, just minding my business, living my life, minding my business. A child of God, a child of my ancestors, a child of the universe, minding my business. I'm more against God than you, and you can admit something like that? You can honestly admit something like that? I mean, he bragged about it, and you can't tell me this man haven't done it to a lot of women, to a lot of children. You can't tell me that this man have not done this in his past. And why he's not locked up? Oh, because over there in that country, you get away with doing that because women are, like I said, treated way less equally than men. Women are down here and men are up here. And that's why I said some of these R&B songs that's right here in America that people be singing, and some of these women be singing so much, I'm serving my man, serving my man. Honey, the only person you're supposed to be serving is God first and foremost, baby. That's why these men walk around here thinking that they gods now, that they never were and never will be. You want to be a king? You want to see yourself as a king? Okay. You want to be a prince? You want to see yourself as that? Fine. You were never a god. You never will be. And God has proven that throughout time. So all that serving. Oh, I like to serve my man, I like to serve. I'm only serving God. Only. So while you serving that human being, I'm only serving God. That's why some of these men make this. That's why some of these men walk around here like they gods now, treating women and treating women and their children like crap because you're so busy serving them. And you always should have kept it with God. He the only person you should have been serving. Like I said, this is a delicate topic. This is so delicate because it deals with religion, it deals with women, it deals with how women are being treated right here in America and outside of America, obviously. So it deals with triggers of words I can't even say on here, right here on my YouTube channel, or I didn't even say it on my other platforms because I always tell you I always promote on my other platforms before I get here. I couldn't even say these words on my other platform because I didn't want to trigger anybody. But that's how, that's how crazy some of these people are. And like I said, they turn around and say, of God, of God, of Allah, of Jah. They turn around and use God's name in these acts of violence and these acts of violence against women, against people. Y'all use God, and I'm just like, that is so not okay. And it never will be okay. A woman gave birth to you and put you in this damn planet. And for you to see her as less than is insane to me. To the point you talk about sexually assaulting her and sexually forcing yourself on her and taking her life for a head covering, or your kid's life for a head covering, and a woman put you here because your father couldn't do that. Yes, he helped create you, but he didn't push you out. He didn't carry you for 9 months, 7 months, whatever months. A woman did that. And for you guys to see women right here, instead of seeing them equally, I will never understand that. And to have the audacity to say what you guys do to your own women and children, if they get out of line or they get out of, wow. Wow. And then to say all of this is in the name of God or Allah or Jah or whoever you pray to or serve. To take one step further to the insults and injury. You say you do all of that for God. God came to you and told you to do that. That's what you're going to sit up here and this is what you're going to tell me? God told you to do that. Baby, because that sounds like somebody else told you to do that. And it had nothing to do with no God. Not the God that I serve. No. No. It sounds like something else told you to do that. And you need to understand exactly who you praying and serving. Because it seemed like something else told you to do that. I am so sick of people using God's name and doing some of the most disrespectful and degrading and just horrific things to people, to women and children, especially, but even to other men. And to turn around and say, yeah, in the name of God, I did. No. You did not do that because of God. You did that for you. For you. For you. I'm going to leave it right there. And like I said, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to do that. Nah, I'm strong right now. I'm strong. My heart just goes out to the women and children in those countries, whether it's Middle Eastern, whether it's right here in America. Because don't think because you're in America that it doesn't happen right here in America when you still practice these religions, even refugee in here, even coming here. People still practice these beliefs right here. And the women don't say anything. They don't call the law enforcement. They don't say anything. Because worse will probably happen to them. Their whole community will probably turn their backs on them. You had outsiders called into our community. God only knows what happens to the people. So I don't know you guys personally, but my heart does go out to you. My heart goes out to you. The women and children that deal with this type of lifestyle and quote unquote religion. This ain't got nothing to do with God. This don't have nothing to do with God. I just pray that you guys are safe and that you're safe. And the man that's in that video that made these comments needs to be locked up for a very long time, because you cannot tell me he didn't commit these acts himself, to be so boldly to say that. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be locked up. Like, this is not of God. This has nothing to do with God. To hurt women and children, to hurt mankind, so all this stuff you got. This is ego. This is ego. This is ego. This is chaos. This is anger. This is downright evil. Oh yes, we're gonna use that word. This has nothing to do with God. And I'm gonna just leave it right there, because I told y'all coming in is a delicate topic. It's very delicate. Very delicate. So I'm gonna leave it, like I said, I'm gonna leave it right there. Stay safe, stay blessed. And have your own. I say this so much in my videos, and now I know why I say this so much. This man proved my point of why I say this so much. Have your own relationship with God. Because following somebody else's religion or practice is just, this is what can happen to you or your children on a daily basis. This is what can happen to you. Have your own relationship with God. Have your own relationship with God. Have your own relationship with God. And for the women and children, the women, protect yourself, protect your children. Don't you dare let that man hurt your children and say that God told him to do that. Don't you dare let that man hurt your children, man. Don't you dare let that man hurt you or your children. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Stay blessed, guys. That's it. That's it.